Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I wanted to share a story with y'all of how my day went today. I had one of the most horrible days ever. Honestly, like, it was very challenging for me today. I still have not recovered from how horrible I felt. I woke up at 1 a.m. this morning, and there was just so many great things to give God thanks for, and I was just looking forward to having a wonderful day, a day full of praise and worship. That was what I thought my day would have been like, but everything changed, and it turned out to be one of the most challenging days I've had in a while. And I went through so much today. I would want to give so much details of everything that happened, but like, it was literally one of the worst days I've had in a while. And as a mother, I struggled so much today, physically, emotionally, mentally. Like, I was just at my lowest at all levels. I was just at my lowest. I wasn't feeling well. Like, everything was just off. I was in so much pain. Like, it was very difficult to do everything that I had to do. Not only that, I was not prepared to do all the stuff that I had to do, because I didn't know I would have to do all the stuff that I ended up doing, right? So not only was I not prepared for the day or prepared for what was coming, I was not feeling well, and because of how horrible I was feeling, it affected me mentally to the point where I was feeling so horribly, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel good. I don't want to get up. I don't want to bring my son to school. Like, that's how I was feeling. But I struggled, and I overcame all the struggles, and I got up. Despite how I felt, I got up and I pushed forward. It's like everything was just going completely left throughout the whole entire morning, like a problem. It was just so many problems. Like, I would go into so much details and tell y'all how horrible it was, but it was just very horrible. But despite everything that happened, I did everything that I was supposed to do. I got the job done, and I did more than I thought I could. I did my absolute best. There were so many things just going wrong, and I was just trying my best to just get my son to school, There were so many situations that happened, but so many horrible situations that happened, but it ended up that my son did not get to go to school, but let me tell y'all what happened, and it made me feel so horrible. Like, I just broke down in tears, because I was like, damn, like, you could be at your worst and you're trying your absolute best to do your best, and at the end of the day, you're gonna hear that your best is just not good enough. And that's what happened. Like, I was trying my best to just be the best mom I could be, and just do what I have to do, regardless of the complications, regardless of the struggles, regardless of how I felt, regardless of what I was experiencing. I tried to do my absolute best as a parent, and then I was told, it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. You gotta do better. And that made me feel so horrible, because I'm like, damn, I'm already having like one of the worst days. I'm really trying my best. Like, I went over and beyond. I could have just not tried. I could have not tried to do my best and just lay in my bed and be like, okay, I'm not feeling well, I'm not gonna do anything today, No, I got up. I struggled. I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain. I felt so weak, not just physically, but just mentally, because of how I was feeling. Physically, it affected me so badly. Mentally, like, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. But I still did whatever I had to do. Then a whole bunch of stuff was like, everything was just against me. And I was just pulling through, no matter the hurdles. I was just overcoming everything. And, nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody knows what you're dealing with. So sometimes people will say stuff and you can't even be mad at them because they don't know, But I'm just sharing this to say you never know what other people gotta go through. You don't know what they're dealing with. And sometimes we say something, sometimes we do some things, and we just don't know. And I'm saying this to y'all, but I'm also saying it to myself. Like, sometimes sometimes I'm not the nicest. Sometimes I don't say the best things. Sometimes, I'm not that sensitive towards others either, but it just makes me think, like, we really have to be more sensitive towards others, because you just never know what somebody is going through. You never know what they're battling with. You don't know how much they're struggling, what they have to deal with. And sometimes we say some stuff, sometimes we do some things, and somebody could just be at their breaking point. They could just be at the edge, because they could be having one of the worst days ever, and we just say something that is so insensitive, not with the intention to make it any worse, but we could just say or do something that is so unkind, and it just pushes somebody over the edge. We just never know, so we have to be kinder. I'm saying this because I'm not crying because I'm crying because God is convicting me. I'm crying because God is convicting me, because sometimes I am so insensitive to others, and I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what they had to deal with. And there are times that I'm so insensitive, and I'll just say some things and I'll just do some things, and I just don't know how. I don't know what they had to go through. I don't know what they have to deal with, and sometimes people try their best. Why God make this happen now? Why God have to convict me when me the on camera attack and make me feel bad? But yeah, we don't know what people go through. And I'm just thinking about it, like, I was really trying my absolute best. Like, I was going over and beyond, and no one saw what I was going through. No one saw what I was dealing with. No one knows anything at all that I had to go through this morning. And I'm just thinking, no, like, I don't know what anybody else be going through either. I don't see everything. I don't know everything. And sometimes people are really trying their best. People are really trying their best. But we don't know. We don't know what they're battling with. We don't see it. We don't see everything. And sometimes when, to us, it seems like what they're doing is not good enough, and it seems like they're not trying, but we don't even know what they gotta be dealing with. you know, because that was my situation this morning. No one knows what I was dealing with. No one knows what I was going through. But I was told, you know, I gotta do better. This is not good enough. Like, it was my best. Like, I was at my lowest. Like, it was one of the worst mornings. I felt so horrible. I could not get up out of my bed. I had to call my mom. My mom had to walk me through getting up and get my son ready for school. My mom had to pray for me. That's how horrible I was feeling, you know. And we just never know how we're affecting others, you know. Damn, I really wanted to do this video, but I didn't know that God was gonna convict me for something that I've done. Like, I've done this to somebody else. Damn. God has a great sense of humor. I never expected this. I'm never expect for a cry, but I'm thinking about how I've been insensitive to others. How I've been insensitive to others, and I don't know. Maybe they were doing their best as well, but because I don't know. I was being insensitive to others, but because I don't know what they're going through or what they had to face. And to me, I look at it like, you could have done better. You didn't do good enough, but I don't know what the person had to go through. I don't know what they're battling with. I don't know what they're dealing with. And it could have been their absolute best, you know. You know, I just pray that God can help me to use this experience to be kinder towards others, you know, because sometimes we focus on what others do to us, and sometimes the same thing that others do to us that hurt us and that makes us feel some type of way, we do the same to others without even realizing. So I felt some type of way. I just felt horrible, you know, because I was like, damn, like I was going through so much. But I wasn't upset. I wasn't upset because I understood that no one was seeing what I was going through. No one knew how I felt. No one knows how hard it was for me mentally. Like, no one sees these things. And even if I was to express that, hey, it was difficult, no one understands, you know. And yeah, I pray that God helps me to be kinder to others. And you know, sometimes God will allow us to have certain experiences just so we could know how other people feel when we do certain things, you know. And I get it. Like, God, I get it. I get the point that you were trying to make. Yeah, because the same thing that I experienced today, I did it to somebody else without even realizing that that was the same thing that I did. But I was insensitive towards someone, and you know, I don't know what they're going through. I know I don't know what they're going through, you know. And I was trying to be sensitive, but I think because I didn't know what they were going through, and sometimes because people don't express their emotions or their struggles, we think, okay, they're not having a difficult time, you know. Not everybody could just express what they're feeling, and then sometimes people are just afraid to express what they're feeling because they're afraid of being judged. But to me, I think the healthiest way to cope mentally is to express how you are feeling, you know, whatever you're experiencing. I think it's healthy to express yourself. Sometimes persons are afraid to express themselves because they are afraid of being judged, but guess what? You will be judged whether you express yourself or you don't express yourself. But I think It is very healthy for us to talk about how we feel, speak our truth, and be honest with what we think, what we feel, what we're experiencing. It's okay to talk about how you feel. You know, I am 100% supportive of everyone who expresses themselves. Whatever you're struggling with, I don't think anybody needs to suffer in silence. Talk about what you're going through. If you need help, if you need people to pray for you, speak about it. Not everybody's an asshole. Persons will literally pray for you. Persons will literally motivate you. People will help you if you need help. There are persons who truly care. There are persons who will truly help you if you're struggling. There might be persons who are judgmental and all these things, but I do not think anybody should have to suffer in silence just because of other people's opinions. And if you're battling with anything, talk about it. Find a safe place. That is why I encourage you guys to have a relationship with Christ, because God is my confidant. God is the one who I go to. God is the one who I talk to about everything. I always tell persons, get a little prayer book. Talk to God, like whatever problems you're going through, write it down and talk to God about it. God does respond, He does help. God is my best friend. I talk to God about every little thing. I seek Him for guidance. He is the one who helps me to, just like a while ago, me I talk and me I say, somebody said something and it made me feel really horrible, and I was trying my best, and like right in the video, like y'all saw that, like y'all saw me talking about what I felt, and at the same time God was convicting me and helping me to realize that He's giving me revelation, helping me to realize that, okay, yes, this is what happened to you, and somebody said something and you felt some type of way, but you also did the same thing to somebody else. Sometimes you're talking to your friends and you're telling your friends about your problems, how horrible your day was, what you've experienced, and they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna be like, they're not gonna be like, but you did the same thing to somebody else, so you gotta be more sensitive as well. Yes, others have to be sensitive, but you have to be sensitive as well. So that is what God does for me. Not only that, when I was told that I gotta do better and whatever, maybe if I was telling my friend, like, this is what happened, and they were saying like I gotta do better in all these things, and I felt so horrible. Maybe if I was talking to a friend, and maybe if I didn't have a relationship with God, I would have been upset with the person for saying what they said. But because of the understanding that God gives me, I understood that, look, this person has no idea what I had to go through. So when somebody doesn't know what you're going through, they could say, that's not your best. You could do better. And sometimes we can do better. We can always do better, And because of the relationship that I have with God, I'm able to understand. I'm able to have understanding. God could give me understanding in that situation to say, hey, they don't know what you're dealing with, so you can't even be mad at them. They say it, you feel some type of way, but you can't even be mad at them because they don't know what you're dealing with. You understand? That's the wisdom and understanding that God gives to me when I speak to Him, rather than talking to somebody else, because a lot of people feed into our egos instead of being honest with us and telling us the truth. People like when others boost their egos. With God, it's the truth. God is gonna give you the truth. Just like a while ago, I'm talking and I'm expressing what I went through, and God gave me the truth. Yes, you're hurt. Yes, you felt some type of way and all these things, but you did the same thing. That's the truth. A lot of people don't like the truth, and sometimes that's why they don't want to go to God, because God is going to give you the truth. God is not going to boost your ego. God is going to give you the truth. God is going to make you know, hey, yes, this person said this, but you've done the same thing. God is not going to boost our egos, and sometimes we just want people around. We just want situations that only boost our egos. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. I love y'all. Thanks for all the support. Share the video with somebody. I would really appreciate it. Thank y'all. Mwah.